John Davis doing what true crimers do.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis.
John Davis.
John Davis.
John Davis.
John Davis True Crime.
This guy's John Davis.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime. Maybe that's where I've heard that name before.
John Davis.
John Davis, and it's good to see you, John. How are you?
Davis True Crime.
John Davis.
John Davis.
John Davis True Crime kicks butt. Hey, John Davis! John Davis.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to John Davis True Crime. Been a long time since I've seen you guys. 11/9/2024, the hour of 7:31 p.m. Eastern Standard. Who all we got in the chat? It is what it is. Triggered, hippie grandma, Sally Carson, single mom, WTF, True Crime. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Glad to see everybody here this evening. We're a little bit early. I wasn't supposed to start till 8 o'clock, but got to go pick up my son at 9, and I was like, it's only an hour, and I need to leave like 10 minutes early. That's going to be 50 minutes. So I'm going to do a live stream. I'm not going to half-ass it, so let's start a little bit early. Look at a few things. Mr. Joshua will be here as scheduled. I know some of y'all probably just here for him. I don't know. I don't see the attraction. I just bring him on because he brings numbers. That's it. I said it. I said it out loud. Hopefully he won't be replaying. I doubt he's monitoring us yet. He said he was busy. Had something to do. I invited him to meet me here early. I'm assuming y'all can hear me. Ain't nobody said shit yet, so yeah. Usually started off with a mic check. I'm out of my element. It's been a while. Been a long time. Been a long time. Been a lonely time. I got lots of stuff to go over, man. Lots of it. Let's start out with this. I tell you what. The insanity that I am seeing around the social medias is just unfreaking believable. I'm here for Josh, LOL. You're not alone. Oh, man, I have seen some gems the last few days. I mean, I've seen some gems. And I get it, man. I get it. When your team loses, people get angry. But I've never seen people act like I'm seeing lately. Maybe I should just give you an example of what I'm talking about.
What the fuck? Bitch! You fuck! What the hell?
And I'm telling you, and I'm sure you guys, y'all are on YouTube, you see the stuff I see too, have seen like the compilation videos, right? And you see these people just going bat shit crazy. Where's Brandy at, JDTC? She's upstairs. Brandy's been busy AF lately. She's starting up her own thing. Got a lot of clients on different coasts. It's getting the best of her. Brandy's having trouble with it. She got a lot of clients and they're all over the United States. This time zone stuff's causing her issues. Yeah, Brandy's good. I'll tell you what, I'll try to remember and do a proof of life before we're over. One time I've been on YouTube for a minute now. I'd been on for a while and Brandy hadn't been seen in months. People in the comments were like, man, I ain't seen Brandy in a while. I swear I think some people thought I'd off Brandy or something. My son yelled from the other. Oh my God, what is that screaming? Have y'all seen this, man? It's wild out there. And let me play it. I got a couple of these. Let me play you this one because this one really hit home with me because I thought, in a few years, this could be my daughter.
I will be leaving the country and my dad will be staying blocked after this election. See you never. Fuck this.
Splitting families apart over a presidential election. This girl pretty much, I'm assuming, I'm going to make a guess here and assume her dad had voted for Donald Trump. I'm going to assume she didn't approve of that. And now she's leaving the country. And I swear to God, I made a post on Facebook and I said this. Anybody that knows, and I'm not, because there's a lot of these posts on Facebook, especially a lot of them on Twitter, saying that people have said it, that I'm not convinced they actually said it. But I'd love to get a list of people that has actually said, if Donald Trump wins, I'm leaving the country. And just monitor their progress. It'd give us something to do around here, right? I don't need nothing to do. I went back to work full time. I am wore out. It's all I can do to spit out a video a week. I'm going to try to just start doing lives on Saturdays and having guests, different guests every Saturday. That's the new plan because that's about all I can muster and work full time. But the beauty of it is working full time now. I don't have to edit anything I say. I can speak my mind. I don't have to care if anybody gets mad. But could you imagine losing your daughter over a damn presidential election? To me, that says there was a problem in that relationship, or the daughter is just really it's just, I don't know. I don't know what people think is going to happen. I really don't, that you would leave the country. How's leaving the country affecting anything? Well, if it's Hollywood or the hip hop group, they're using Trump as a means to run from law enforcement, most likely. I tell you, now there is rumors. They're afraid there's going to be like the Epstein and the Diddy lists leaked. And that's why everybody was so quick to throw their hat in the ring. And it's just something I heard. Maybe relationship issues. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I really don't think if you had a really good relationship with your daughter, she'd be like telling you that, giving you the big F you and all that over an election. I wouldn't think. Me personally. Yeah, that's a good point too. She'll need you before you need her. I would guarantee it. And I tell you, I hate to say this, but I really feel like I I really feel like if anybody does leave the country, when they get in these other countries, it's going to be a real shock to the system. Because you've seen Americans get arrested in every country on earth for acting a fool because they think that free speech and everything's just a given, and it's not everywhere. I don't know what country you're going to run to. Let me know in the chat. You're mad enough you're leaving the country. Leaving. Where you going? I don't know where I would go. I don't know. Because you couldn't, I mean, unless you have a job at like a resort or something in most of these ideal places, you're not going to be able to live there because there's no work or nothing. In my opinion, it's not just the election. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I'm saying too. Got to be more than that, don't it? And I tell you this, some of these, I think, just my opinion, hinder on prosecutorial things. Listen to this one.
I'm done with the bullshit. I'm done. If you voted for Trump, I think you're a fucking loser. I think you're stupid. I think you're a moron. I think you're evil. I think that you deserve to die by my hands. More specifically, by the rake that's in my hand that I'm using as a bludgeon on your fucking skull. You fucking loser. I'm better than you. You're a horrible person. You don't deserve air. Fucking kill yourself before I get to you. Do it. Kill yourself right now. Reply. Reply with a video of you killing yourself. Fucking loser.
I mean, I don't know. It seems like it should damn sure get you deplatformed. Does it not? That was the wildest I've seen yet. And I'm telling you, it's not helping your cause. Who wants to be a part of something that acts like that? It's mind-boggling, man. It really is, and it's everywhere. You know, law enforcement needs to be knocking on her door. She just made a serious threat. That's what I was thinking, man. I guarantee you, if the tables were turned, if I would have said that, I'd have got a knock on the door. I'll probably get my video. It won't have no ads, I'm sure, just for playing that. To say something like that, to man, you're not really there. But it shows you, though, there's a lot of mental health crisis in this country because those videos are endless. I've seen 100 at least. They don't play over there on TikTok. They will find out who she is, where she works. They will make her miserable. Yeah. Yeah. And there's people that do that, and they're good at it too, you know, and that's out there. I'm sure if I've seen it, the wrong person's seen that already, you know. If I ever caught one of my kids on YouTube talking that way, got that right, man. I would be so embarrassed. And that's why I'm telling you. And there's a lot of them that have the theme of the parents. There's a lot of them where they're saying they're disowning their parents because of who they voted for. And like, you know, I think we come to the point already, but that tells me there's something wrong in that relationship already. And I'm glad I got y'all here because I just seen this before I come on, and I don't even know what this means, but I guarantee you somebody in the comments will know. It says Nicole Hart, a physician assistant in an OBGYN office in Pennsylvania, has reportedly been fired after writing she hopes the daughters of Trump supporters have ectopic pregnancies. I don't know how to judge that because I don't know what an ectopic pregnancy is. Does anybody in chat know what that is? An ectopic pregnancy? I bet some women know what that is. I've never heard of that. Is that super bad? What is an ectopic pregnancy? Pregnancy that takes hold in the fallopian tubes. Oh, pregnancy in the tubal pregnancy. That's wild, man. That's a physician's assistant in an OBGYN office. Now, with her mind, if it'll go somewhere like that, you tell me she wouldn't like slip somebody the wrong medication or something like that if she thought they had voted for Donald Trump. That's probably horrible for the mother too. Ain't that like super dangerous to the mom? I'm sure it's from what y'all are describing, that's super bad. As a way over the top reaction, I must say though, Trump's reelection is also very worrying for allied countries such as mine. Yeah, well, it may be, but that's too far. You don't wish death on people and ectopic pregnancies. I didn't even know that's what that was. That's horrible. That sounds like that would probably take out the mom and the baby in a lot of them. Here, let's take it down a notch. Look how instinctively the mother croc carries the baby in its mouth. Nature is beautiful. That's hilarious, right? No, you're not feeling it? I don't know, man. It's just wild to me. It's real wild to me. And well, you know, I guess now that I say that, it's wild to everybody because them videos are getting hundreds of thousands of views. No, Suzette, I've seen that though. Where they put all of them screaming at one time on the screen. There's like 15 screens. What else we got? That one's kind of risque. I don't know if I should play that one or not. I don't know if I should show that one or not. Let's see what else we got. Oh, yes. Now that we filled up a little bit, I want to make sure there was a few of you in here before I brought this up. Now, for the ones that's been with me for a while and been around, the Summer Wells, that's where, you know, I kind of started off at. The Summer Wells case had this dude in it named Andrew Hiltz. It was H's dad, the guy that was with Summer on the day she disappeared. Anyway, long story short, his big thing was pandas, right? Right? Y'all remember this, right? Everybody was like, pandas. Pandas are a sign of CA, child being mean to kids, bad to kids, hurting kids, right? Everybody said that. And I have noticed in the last few days, and I wish I would have saved all the examples, but I only saved one. I have been seeing panda bears all over the place. Now, this picture that we're looking at here, this picture is from Halloween. And Jill is dressed up as a panda. It's wild stuff. Wild stuff. Everybody says when you see a panda, they're signaling. And I've been seeing them everywhere. But when I seen that, I was like, you mean to tell me Jill's in the suit? Yes, Jill is in the suit. All right. And I need everybody to bring that energy they had about Andrew and his pandas. And tell me what you think. Is Jill that short? I cannot 100% confirm or deny it actually was Jill. I mean, they never took the head off. I just seen the clip of it. But that's not as important to me as the panda photo op. And I ain't seen y'all saying much. I'm telling you. Back in the day when that would come up, back when I have hundreds of people in my live streams, everybody's like, the panda, that's a symbol. That's a symbol. Anytime you see a panda, you know that's bad stuff. Well, I'm looking at a panda, and I'm not seeing the rage. So I guess we can't be on. I go ahead and just say, do it now. Andrew, I apologize. Apparently, it's not the big deal I thought it was. Used to be a big deal. Not a big deal now. My bad. That's exactly what I sound like when I'm out and I see one somewhere and I tell my kid, LOL. I can't remember where I seen him the other day. I don't know. I didn't know Toy Andrew either. Yeah, I had no clue. But I'm telling you, it was said by a lot of people at one time that was a clear and utter sign of, what we said. I don't want to say it again. Joshua should be here in about 8 minutes. When he gets here, we're going to talk about some Delphi action. Go over his knowledge of the Delphi case. I'll just burn us up some time till we get there. Oh, here's the other story I seen. Meet Lori Lombard, a teacher at Century High School in Idaho, who reportedly made posts wishing unwanted pregnancies on those who are voting differently than her. These are people teaching your kids. People are going off, man. Just crazy wildness. And here to tell us all about it, Josh, you're at the scene of the wildness out there on the West Coast is where I'm thinking a lot of these salty tears are a-flowing. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good, man. Good.
Yeah. West Coast is meltdown city.
Well, I wouldn't say it's meltdown city because it only went like 60-40 this time. Did you see that? I was shocked by that number.
Actually didn't see it. No, I just really pay much of it. I didn't pay a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a really interesting bass fishing show on that I wanted to watch that day, and it was just it went extras, So I figured maybe I'll catch up another time.
I am so glad you're feeling spicy this evening because I have a little surprise in store for you shortly.
Great, can't wait.
Glad you're feeling jovial.
Yeah, jovial's fun. I feel great.
You made it early, man. You're like 6 minutes ahead of schedule. I told you you'd probably be late.
I was trying to get here, and I was like, dude, John's gonna just straight boot me out. You wanted to go early, so I was like, all right, well, I got to rush. You thought I was gonna back out. I wasn't backing out.
Well, dude, the text said, do you want to reschedule? And I was like, no.
And it wasn't a demand.
All right, it's cool.
All right,
we're here.
So when do we get? Are you gonna sandbag me later with the surprise? Or are you just gonna wait? How are you gonna do it?
I don't know, man. I'm not sure if you've earned it yet. It's that evil.
Well, you did another AI rendition of me. I mean, I'm sure that's what it is, right?
Well, you're actually just a role player in the whole thing. You're
What-
gonna make me just go ahead and show it, ain't you?
Does it involve AI at all?
No, it involves just really clever stuff.
Well, you do it when you're ready to. I'll be
Okay.
I'll be waiting for it. What are we talking about besides the election? That it was like 10 days ago. The hell?
I seen what was your election show about last night? I seen the thumbnail but didn't have time. What did you go over it?
No, I didn't go over. No, I did it was like a YouTube election, like the lesser known. You actually won a state, by the way. You won the Elks Country Club picnic planner for the state of West Virginia, which
Sweet.
a lot of people were very happy to see you take that, and I was very happy about it too. You carried the whole state and of West Virginia because no one else wants to do it. Frankly, you were the only one.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna go back and watch.
Yeah, and then Brittany J, she got nominated as the head of the ASPCA because of her cat kicking abilities, and I don't know if you've heard any of that, but
No.
and then what else? There was a lot of Gray Hughes won. I think he won like jerk off of the century or something. I can't remember. It was a lot of fun. Well,
I'm gonna have
for
to
me-
catch up now.
For me, it was. I had a dandy time, but no, I typically don't talk politics ever.
I didn't really want to talk politics. I just wanted to talk just the insane reactions that people are having.
Yeah, it just happens either way. It doesn't matter who wins. There's going to be an insane reaction either way.
Could you imagine your kid and you not talking anymore over an election? I've seen 100 of those.
I can't see it, but I would welcome it.
You would welcome it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, how long are we talking? Are we talking forever or like a week?
Like they're moving out of the country and you are dead to them.
Yeah, I was thinking more like a week or so, but
I'd do a week.
Yeah,
standing on my head.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They could be pissed off. Oh, I'm not talking to you anymore for a week, and be like, something good came out of this. But no, I couldn't. Although my son's wife, her brother, told her that they can't communicate anymore because her husband which is my son, is a Republican.
That's it.
That's it, dude. Because it was right after the election. He was like pissed.
Yeah.
I don't
So the
think-
relationship would be intact had things went in another direction.
That's what I'm assuming. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was pretty odd, man. I got to be honest with you, because he's a gay guy, and he when we were at the wedding, he was like making comments. This was months before the election, that all these white people here were Republicans wanting to take away his rights. So then I asked him, I was like, "Oh, really? Are you trying to have an abortion or something?" I don't think he likes me either. I don't think he's going to talk to me anymore either. Not that.
Well, that might have been spot on out in California.
I just don't get it. It's feckless. I mean, I get it. People not liking. I can understand why people don't like Trump. I can understand why people don't like Biden and Harris. I get it all. I don't care. Matter of fact, I don't even ask people who they voted for because I don't care.
Dude, it's honestly, I mean, to be completely honest, it's going to have little effect on your life in the end.
I mean, I live in California.
Yeah, you're screwed anyway.
We're about as democratic as it gets.
Yeah,
we're the most democratic state. And then,
well, they said Newsom's going ahead and like Trump proof.
Yeah, but I mean, that's if you look at the center of the map. I mean, it went like with California, like all the migrant workers and then all the farmers and stuff. It went really, really red. I was really surprised. I think people are just tired of. I know that people are tired of not being able to afford groceries and gas and stuff like that, and you know, so I get it. I understand the economy is, you know, nobody cares about how many times the stock market hits a all-time high. You know, if you're not in the stock market, they can say that all they want. Like the stock market's at an all-time high, and you're like, so I don't have any money in the stock market. Like that's only.
Didn't bring milk down from $9 a gallon. You know, it didn't help anywhere that matters to me.
Yeah. And one of the things that is most, I think, important to people is, you know, there's nothing wrong with having secure borders. There's nothing wrong with trying to prop up, you know, the U.S. economy and. But at the same time, I think that people are way too into politics. I think that they leave all their hope and prayer in, you know, people that really not necessarily don't care, but they can't really directly affect their lives the way that they want, the way that they're asking. You know, it was like when Obama, you know, the change and nothing changed. And then, you know, Trump, and it was all pretty standard, you know, he has a lot of rhetoric and says a lot of things, and then Biden, you know, it goes all the way back to Reagan, really. Yeah, it's just status quo stuff.
Right. I'm just still shocked though at people wanting to leave their families over and all this shit. It's amazing.
Oh, it is absolutely the worst. And I was at a dinner a long time ago. I think this was during the first round of the Trump presidency, and the family. It was family friends. The two brothers and one of the wives got into it over because she was like Mexican, and he was saying, yeah, we should build a wall and stuff, you know, and then she just like packed up. She didn't say anything. She just like packed up the kids and was like, we're leaving. And I like looked at my friend. I was like, what? Like, this is not dinner appropriate, you know, like it's just shut up for a little bit. You know, you want to talk about that later, go in the garage and mud wrestle your brother about it, because you guys obviously hate each other when it comes to politics. But
it's people get too serious about it, man. It's mind-boggling to me. I couldn't get that damned upset regardless which way it goes. It's not in me.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I was upset about something like
I've been more upset over a Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, that directly affects your mood way more.
A lot more.
I didn't know West Virginia had a pro football team.
That's something I wanted to play for you.
Yeah, here we go.
You there. What are your pronouns?
They, them, sir.
And you, Argadian, what are your pronouns?
Z here.
Z here. You? Black woman. Are you serious? Spartans! How many genders?
We can't let this nonsense spread any further, Spartan. You have to put things straight.
I will literally put things straight, my love. he doesn't say it. There's no room for jokes when it's war. Not in Sparta. No place to discuss some mentally ill stuff.
Why am I in there with White Boy and Cam? We're the only three people in there. Why do you always put me amongst the shit? Every single time you do that to me. I have, like, you know, at least when I did your being the why do you put me in with those guys? I don't know.
I'm sorry, man.
That's all right. I don't mind. It's fine. We're all God's children, except for White Boy.
Oh, amen to that.
Yeah.
Nah, it's Cam been giving me some shit lately. So I was bored, and I don't know, man. He's real into me.
He likes you. He thinks you're cute.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, well, you are cute. There's no question about it. But I mean, I don't. What do you guys like? You guys go way back or something?
Yeah, back from middle school. I knew Cam when he was in kindergarten. It was sweet, man.
And it was the fourth time you had taken kindergarten, and you guys would walk to school together.
Dude, I hadn't seen. He's like he got like 2 shorts and a post up on me, and I felt like I had to do something.
When did he put it up?
It's been recently, I think. I can't remember.
Here, hold on one second.
The last thing was posting on my shit. That was the trigger. That's what triggered me into a response. I'm weak, man. I can only take so much.
I know. I'm more of a glutton, you know. I just let it pile up.
Oh, dude, I get a text the other day. It's Suzette, right? She's like, I went ahead and cleared your comments. Somebody was acting up. I took care of it. I was like, Suzette, damn, I'd like to see it.
Yeah, definitely screenshot them at least first. I love I love playing bad comments on my show. I call them John Deere letters. Yeah.
That's a beautiful idea. I need to pick that up.
Yeah, and I just go over and like people like sometimes all they say is like you suck. I like that. I don't mind. But most people are pretty nice, I think. It's hard to say. Hold on.
He cloned my voice in one and made it like I was apologizing to him. I was like, wow.
What were you apologizing for?
For stating facts, I'm assuming.
If you want to put that up at the bottom, I'll play you where you won your there you go. Let's see here.
I wasn't getting the kicking the dog thing. Did she actually do that?
No.
Okay.
Not from what I saw. I was just joking with her though, but like because everybody was giving her shit like, oh, you kicked. So I said that her and Michael Vick would co-run the ASPCA. Back to the map. Look at my map too. That's my electoral college map.
What is the UK? I don't understand how this works.
Well, it's kind of inaccurate. You know, all the votes got to get counted first.
Okay.
And then once that happens, it fills in. I think. Map. All right, here we go. All right, most useless map ever. Stop the music. All right. And we are coming up on a third. I wore a nice shirt and everything. Race. The third of 9. We have 3 of these, okay? Or no, excuse me, we have 9 of them. We are headed to our 9th. No, we're headed to our 3rd, but we have 9. What the hell is going on? And I forgot what order they're put in, so it's as much of a surprise to you as it is to me. All right, here's our next call. John Davis, true crime winner of 1,000 electoral votes. He's the Elks Club picnic planner of West Virginia. He fought hard for that. He likes to clean up the napkins and stuff like that. And so he takes that job very, very serious. But he carries the state with 1,000 electoral votes to become the Elks Club picnic planner of West Virginia. Yeah. So it's good. Congratulations to John Davis True Crime. Also, if you didn't know this, that I will be on John Davis True Crime tomorrow at 5 Eastern, 8 Pacific.
I did that backwards.
And so there's a little plug for you, but and we'll talk about John's huge victory. A huge victory. That was a big victory. I'm really proud, to call him my friend. And he's very intense. He takes the Elks Club picnic planning very, very, very serious, which he should. It's a very serious job in West Virginia to be the Elks Club picnic planner, and he'll do a fantastic job. I know he will. If you don't, you're going to get impeached. Be no more picnic planning for you. It's who are you kidding, Josh? He runs from you. Who runs from me? People don't run from me. I don't know where John is. He's probably tending to his duties, I would assume.
Dude, what has went wrong with you?
A lot.
The Elks Club picnic planner.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you part of the Elks Club?
Who was I running against?
Nobody. Nobody else wanted to do it. That's why you got all of 1,000 electoral votes.
Well, that seems like a lot.
I think it is, especially for a non-existent picnic planning.
But
yeah. What do you mean? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you?
How many of those little things did you do?
9. 9 of them.
I bet Gray was honored.
Gray was on there. T-Rev was on there. White Boy, Tim Mullen, Justin. Justin actually, I think he had the biggest victory of the night. He was the head of makeup for the entire world. He won the head of makeup czar, which was cool. And apparently he's getting a monkey. Somebody told me that he's getting a monkey. I'll believe it when I see it.
Oh man, I'd like to have a monkey.
Would you really?
Wouldn't you?
No, absolutely not. Under no circumstances would I welcome a monkey into my house. Would I enjoy having a monkey in my house?
It's the poo throwing.
You would think that'd be the deal breaker, but it's just, I think they probably just take too much attention. I just don't. I mean, it's not something I want to do. But do domesticated monkeys throw their crap?
They spank, I heard.
Really?
That's where the term came from.
What, spanking monkey?
Yeah. Well, I've seen a TikTok, actually. It's confirmed. It does happen.
I fell for it. You got me to say spanking monkey on your show. Good job.
Yeah, I'll be clipping that.
I'm sure I'm sure the next time we do one of these things, there'll be some sort of, you'll crop my face onto some mythical creature screaming about lesbians or something. I'm sure of it. Like it'll be like Game of Thrones. I'll be one of the dragons. Like,
we screwed up. We give Suzette an opening. I heard they love to spank. Suzette's dirty minded. Have you picked that up throughout your interactions?
No question about it. Once I heard that she loved Tim Mullen, it was game over. I still respect her a lot, but I question her love choices because what was that guy, Dennis Quaid, or who was the actor that the degenerate drunk father that ran off on his kids that Suzette was dating?
No, she's dating Chick from Armageddon.
Yeah, he was the degenerate drunk astronaut dad who ran off on his kid. Remember?
Oh yeah, in the movie. Yes.
Remember him?
Yep.
He was
Chick.
a piece of crap, huh?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, technically, I guess he was. He saved the earth though, so I don't know. Do you get a pass or no?
No, you don't get a pass. You can't run off on your kid and be like, well, I saved the world. Well, you know, how much harder it is to save the world than to just hang out with your kid. It depends who your kid is. I've seen some kids that I'd rather go to space than hang out with. I got a nephew.
Would you? Saturday night is our date night, so I'm just popping in to say hi and leave a thumbs up.
Who's date night?
Lip locks.
Oh, dude, she played this game the other day. Like it was like a week or so ago on her show. It was hilarious. She was playing What's Expired in My Refrigerator. And there was like pre-pandemic stuff in there.
What?
Yeah, there was like I think it was like 2017. There was like some ranch dressing or some balsamic vinegar or something, and then it was interesting.
Yeah. I like spontaneous shit like that. Thinking outside the box for some entertainment.
Oh, it was hilarious. It was hilarious. And then she was complaining about her subscribers going up 10 and then going down 10, and then she told them to go F themselves. She didn't even know who they were.
Then they went down 10 and she got
Give me a prediction here.
Okay.
Delphi.
Dude, you know, Brady had been talking about that. And when you said that, I went ahead and looked. I didn't realize I'm assuming they're still in deliberation, right?
Yeah.
Dude is bridge guy.
Yeah.
I'm convinced.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this. Remember who was the other dude that was like the suspect at the one point, and his dad had stuff and all that? Remember that?
Yeah, Klein.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they say that there was some kind of technical data that connected them that day to his fake account?
Yeah, what had happened was that they said he was catfishing like a bunch of people on Snapchat through the Snapchat map, and he had contact with her. I believe it was Libby. I think maybe
Keegan Klein. Yes, that's who I was talking about.
Yeah, and so when that came out, but I don't know. It sounds like he had talked to tons of people.
But God, that seems like such a stretch that he would talk to him on that day and it not have none.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of these guys facilitate to each other, you know?
That's what I'm thinking is up. I'm thinking that's why some of the evidence seems to be kind of awkward. I think it may have been a two-dude or I think there could have been somebody else in on it. What do you think?
I really do try to keep an open mind, and I have paid attention to this trial, paid attention to the case since it started. And I'm very surprised at the amount of people that say reasonable doubt. I'm very surprised at the amount of people that say he's innocent. And the reason I say I'm surprised is because there just seems to be a lot of things that pop up with Richard Allen that can't be explained away other than corruption, shadiness, and false confessions. And it seems to, so you have a guy that admits to being on the bridge around exactly the time that the girls go missing. He's wearing similar clothes. He admits to wearing similar clothes to Bridge Guy. You know, you can take away the bullet, you know, the unspent cartridge. And I mean, there's just who else was out there that day? You know,
how did they get to him in the beginning? What was it that linked them? How did the cops come up on him? Do you know?
Well, he self-reported himself a couple days after the murders and said that he was out there, but he didn't see anything.
Okay.
And so then he was filed. His interview was filed, and they said that he, on the paperwork, they put that he was cleared. And then a file clerk years later was going through it. She saw it. She saw that he had said that he had been out on the bridge that day. So then she took it to the investigator because they were looking for a man that had claimed, or that was out on the bridge. There was obviously somebody out there. They just didn't know who it was. So then they come across, they go, well, he admitted to being out there. And then they got a search warrant. And, you know, a lot of people say also that because there was no DNA evidence, that there was no DNA evidence at the scene of the crime linking him. And you got to understand that this was 5 years after the fact. Also, it's like less than 10% of all crime scenes have DNA evidence that link back to the actual killer.
Really?
Yeah, it's a DNA is a very, very low probability a lot of times, especially outdoors. Like the outdoor crimes are a lot harder to preserve any kind of DNA evidence. So I'm not surprised that there's no quote unquote DNA evidence, but you know, you have a confession, which is like direct evidence, and then you have a lot of circumstantial evidence. So
they linked the bullet that was found there to him, right?
Yeah, they say it was cycled through his 6 hour.
So it left the ejection marks on it.
Yeah, but you know, people argue that too. But that's the thing, is that I'm saying, you know, they say that his confessions, the reason that he knew what to confess to was because he knew he had the discovery. So he knew, you know, details of the crime. So the thought is that in a psychosis, he admits to what he did, or confesses, not admits, confesses to what happened. Only because he read the discovery. I don't know how somebody in psychosis would think to do something like that. I just don't.
Well,
I mean, I don't know.
To me, it seems like he is Bridge Guy.
He looks like him.
And he admits to being there. The bullet is cycled through his gun. I don't see how it couldn't be him, or he couldn't know. He confessed, right?
Yeah, he
said that. I heard some kind of wild number too. Like, how many times he confessed? How many was it? It was way up there.
It was 60 something. But then they go into this thing where they say, well, they're non-specific confessions. There's a lot of, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of excuses for the evidence that is being presented by just people on the internet. They say that I don't know if people understand. Well, I don't think this is true necessarily for everybody, but you know, they claim this reasonable doubt. And I mean, I'm not
based on,
I don't know. They That's what I'm telling you is that the only thing that they say is there's corruption or planted evidence or false confessions. And so that I just think that when you're making those kinds of excuses so Richard Allen decided to get up that day, go to the bridge wearing the exact same thing that the guy in the video was wearing, and then confesses his car, a car that matched the description of his car, but they can't say for certain that it was his. I mean, there's just too many things that you have to go way, way, way out of your way to excuse. I just don't see it. I think that there's sufficient evidence. But I don't know. Juries are weird. Jury trials are weird. You never know. There's nobody else.
To me, it comes down to, is that bridge guy? And I think it is. I don't know what else you need to know, because if it is, I mean, if that's who that is, you would think the FBI could do some kind of sweet ass facial recognition, voice match, something.
Well, they said that the guy that listened to all of his jailhouse phone calls, it was like 700 of them.
Mm-hmm.
He listened to all of them, and then they said, do you recognize the voice on that video? And he says, yeah, and he pointed to Richard Allen. He goes, it's Richard Allen. He goes, I recognize his voice. Now, he's not a voice analysis expert, but I mean, listening to 700 phone calls,
I seen a lady doing a news interview, and she was talking about she had watched him walk in and out of the courtroom, and she said it looked like the gate matched bridge guys to her.
Really?
Yes. So straight on a news interview. I just watched. I should have saved it. I figured you'd already seen it. But I mean, it was just some random woman. She wasn't like an expert on somebody's walk, but that's what she said live on camera.
Well, and tears ran dry in the chat. He mentioned this van that wasn't in Discovery, that he was going to sexually assault the girls, but he saw a van drive by. Well, then there was a man that just happened to be driving a van that said his driveway was part of the property where the girls were found. So Richard Allen claimed to the therapist or the psychologist that he saw a van which scared him away from sexually assaulting the girls, and instead he just killed them. And then after that, people were saying, well, he was on Reddit threads and he must have known about the van, to confess to it. To me, there's just way too many excuses.
That sounds like some bullshit.
Well, that's just what they did. We are in a culture now where people are just absolutely like, they will find any reason for somebody to not be guilty. They want a videotape of the crime.
Right.
They want fingerprints, they want semen, they want blood, they want a video, and it's just not how it works. People get convicted on far less evidence that's been presented at trial of the Richard Allen trial every single day.
Yeah.
And I find it kind of troubling, to be honest with you, because I just don't see how you could come up with. I mean, the guy's on the bridge. He confesses to it. He's dressed like him.
That's him, dude. I know what you're saying about like this culture of nobody's ever guilty.
Well, they're going to do the same thing in the Kohberger case. They're already saying, that the touch DNA is that, that could be a mistake, or they always attack the science and so. But
with the girls though, what was I was hearing about how the bodies were found. Did they say that one of them was dressed in the other one's clothes?
Something like that. Yeah.
That's weird as hell to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too.
But if dude's spouting off 50, 60 confessions, that kind of makes me think maybe there wasn't nobody else involved.
He said that nobody else did it. He said he wanted to sign his confession. He said, I'm the only one that did it. Yeah, I don't know. They blame it on psychosis because they said that he was like eating his, like smearing his shit all over, and apparently he got tased. And
I find it so odd that creepy ass Keegan Kline though didn't have shit to do with it, but he had there was contact the day of. That's such an oddity to me.
I agree with that, but I don't think that he had anything to do with the killings. But I think, what is he serving, like 40 years in prison or something?
He got a minute, didn't he?
Yeah, he certainly did. But that guy was crazy weird, man. I tell you, that guy was a weird one. I do find it just seemed like the girls were doing what kids do on social media, and they were using that Snapchat map, and there are predators out there everywhere. I'm sure Keegan probably went through 20, 30 kids that day. That's just I'm just saying that this was just something that he was doing on a regular.
Right.
He says that he never made plans to meet up with them. And I don't know if there was evidence of that or not. Yeah, but like I said, everybody wants a full DNA panel, a video, a
murder weapon.
Yeah, and 10,000 murder weapon, and 10 like criminals don't try to get away with that stuff. They say, well, none of his clothes had any. It was 5 years later. 5 years.
I mean, do they actually think they got the clothes he was wearing that day?
No.
I mean, really?
I'm sure he got rid of
5
them.
years later?
And if he didn't get rid of them, I'm sure he washed them to the 10th degree. They did recover clothes, though, that matched those descriptions.
Did they get the jacket?
There was a jacket, yeah.
How were they murdered?
Their throats were cut with a box cutter, which he said he stole from CVS.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's for that purpose?
Yes.
So he had planned was his plan to, I wonder if it was to attack, or if killing was always the end goal.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like that, this is just me speculating, but it sounds like that he was going to sexually assault them and then kill them, but instead he got scared off by the sexually assaulting them from that van that he told,
right.
And that was out there in the ether, that apparently, he committed to memory during his psychosis, while he admitted that, yeah, I did do that. He said the way that he went and where he parked and all that crap. I mean, it's foolish to me.
Well, I don't get why in the hell. No, I don't get why in the hell anybody would have some big issue thinking he wasn't guilty. I don't get it. If the bullet was there, then he probably had the gun with him at the time, right?
Yeah, and in the video, the extended video, one of the girls mentioned a gun, and then that you could hear a metallic sort of. But he even mentioned in his confession about cocking the gun.
Is that what happened? That there was a shell? It ejected a shell?
It ejected in a full cartridge, yeah.
Yeah.
So what happens is, like, when there's one in the chamber and you have a full clip, if there's one in the chamber and you can just cycle that out, it'll eject itself.
Right.
The projectile never leaves the casing. It's just the whole thing sits there. And yeah, I think that there's sufficient evidence. I won't be surprised if he's found guilty. I'll be shocked if he's not found guilty, but I won't be too shocked because, I don't know. People look for every excuse for it to not be him. And I don't know that. I think overwhelmingly I think that people do think that he's guilty, but I do think that there is quite a pack out there that says that he's innocent.
I think BTK did confess. I think he really liked bragging about how he got away with it and what he had done and all that shit. Didn't he? I know. I remember him telling the stories. I've seen him.
BTK, he confessed to everything.
He's a twisted puppy, wasn't he?
Oh God, dude!
You're seeing pictures where he dressed up with the ceramic mask and the hose and shit. Ugh.
Yeah, BTK was nuts. He's still kicking too somewhere in some prison somewhere.
Yeah, him and the Green River Killer, I guess. I think he's still with us too. He didn't get enough clout, man. He killed like 48, I think, something like that. It was way up there.
Yeah, it went on for years too, didn't it?
Yes. You know, they arrested him once and let him go.
There was a guy in, I think it was California. His name was the Grim Creeper, and he was linked to his interrogation video is absolutely baffling. But they put each victim in front of him, and they said, "How is your DNA?" Because he would hire hookers, and then he would have sex with them and kill them, and he would just leave his DNA everywhere. And finally, they got a match. Somebody turned him in for something, and it just started popping up like bing bing. His DNA is like. So they sit him down. They have eight headshots, and they put each one in front of him. And they say, "Do you recognize her?" And he goes, "Nope." He goes, she was found dead. And he goes, "With your DNA on it. How do you explain that?" And he goes, "I don't know." Then the next one, same thing. "You recognize her?" "Nope." Your DNA is everywhere. "Do you know how it got there?" "Nope." Next one. And I mean, it was just like 9 or 10 of these in a row. And he would just say, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea how that could happen. There's 10 different women. It was just, insane. But the thing was, he would do those cooling off periods for a couple years, 3 years, and that one was, I always found that one interesting.
Hey, were they deliberating today?
Yeah,
I think they were.
Yeah, they're off tomorrow. They're back Monday.
I never heard of them doing it on a weekend before. I guess where they're
They were doing a trial on the weekend too.
Oh, was they?
They were doing it 6 days a week. I think Saturdays were half days, and then Sundays they were off. But yeah, they have a limited amount of time to. They kind of pack it in to where the trial, but the deliberations could go on. I don't know. I would assume that they would probably be done here in a couple more days, Monday, Tuesday, probably.
Right.
I'd rather have them take their time, and talk about everything, but I don't see how they come back with anything else.
God, though, what if they come back not guilty yet? Where do they go with that?
Nothing. There's nobody else to try.
Can't try him again.
Can't try him again. Yep, that's the double jeopardy. And in other countries, you sure can. You could. Amanda Knox went to trial like 4 times.
Did they ever get her in the end?
Yeah, but she just won't go back to Italy.
You think she did it?
Yeah, I think her and her boyfriend Raphael Selectio or whatever, and that other guy. Yeah, I do.
I think her behavior, I remember seeing how she was acting right after it happened and stuff. And I was always like, oh man, she just, I
think that she, the fact that she was cleaning up and the house smelled like bleach is just a telling.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff. I think that she's absolutely insane, but yeah, I think
was something going on with Jennifer Soto recently or no? Something new about that?
Yeah. All those interviews are coming out about her police interviews, and I think what set a lot of people off was she was saying that she didn't. What was it? Who is the guy that married his like stepdaughter? Woody.
Woody Allen.
Is that
Woody
who it
Allen.
is? Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't want it to. That she was afraid that it would turn into a Woody Allen situation. She made that comment, which is just completely off-putting.
Yep.
And but that's what I heard, and I don't know how to feel about her. I really don't. I have no clue.
I caught in 2 different interviews. In one, she said that she didn't know when Steven got home, and then in another one, she said like she had got home at 8:20, and he got home 15 minutes after that. So I was like, it's just weird how she has inconsistencies, and it's really weird if you've heard the interview where she has immunity. Okay, has this grand immunity, and it's before she answers every question, she sits there and it seems like she has to think forever before she'll answer. And that just comes off as odd to me. When you have immunity, why she acts so hesitant to speak.
God, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know why you would give her immunity, to be honest with you.
I don't. Amen to that shit. I don't either. At all.
I mean, it seemed like you had a pretty strong case no matter what. But they like she'll have to testify at trial, and because he's going to go to trial, and but yeah, she'll have to testify. But yeah, there is that poor girl. Maddie was just.
Well, I've told the audience over it 1,000,000 times, and I've asked how many people would let the 13-year-old girl sleep with the ex-boyfriend alone. Nobody does that. I really think that she was scared of a Woody Allen situation. I think she knew something was afoot, and her worry was they were going to run off together.
Yeah, that girl didn't want anything to do with him. I think that was her worry, but I think that I doubt that anybody would. Even she said like he was a scumbag and all this stuff, and why you would let your child be around anybody like that is beyond me. It really fails to produce any sort of common sense theme at all. I mean, I would be hesitant to let she worked nights, so he's at home with her all alone. It's horrendous.
It's weird as hell to me. I just cannot imagine. And, not only is it weird for her to let her sleep with him, it's weird for any damn girl to be sleeping with a grown man.
Yeah, there's absolutely no excuse for that. It's inappropriate. Even if nothing's going on, it's inappropriate. But how could you think? Why would he be doing that? He wouldn't just do it just because he's like some comforting figure. That's not how life works. I mean, it's just weird.
She acted like Maddie needed him to sleep. Like he helped her get to sleep.
Yeah, he's as big of a monster, honestly, as there is. And I think that, and this is just my personal thought, but I think that she was pregnant and he didn't want to be found out.
I think it's possible.
Yeah, I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back with him. And
yeah, his pictures went back years. They said as long as the account did.
Wow.
When the police showed Jennifer the picture of her performing orally on him. Do you know what she did?
No, I don't.
Called his fucking dad and said, Steven's going to need a lawyer.
Oh yeah. Well,
you know that
he should have needed a bulletproof vest.
That's in one of them police interviews because the investigator gives her down the road. He's like, why would you do that? Why would your first thought when you find out somebody has raped your daughter be to tell them they need a lawyer?
Because she's brainwashed too. Disgusting. It's just a disgusting culture, and that poor girl just lived in hell. Poor Madeline lived in hell. She really, really did, man.
Yeah, and that went on for a long time.
It really, honestly, truly is heartbreaking because I grew up in a not so great household, but it didn't go on until I was 13, thank God. And that's just years and years and years of abuse and betrayal and nobody protecting you. Your mother is supposed to protect you. Your father is supposed to protect you. Obviously he wasn't her father. He wasn't anything to her except the guy that was sexually molesting her every day and taking photos of her and just all kinds of gross, creepy. He should be, I don't know. They should treat him like he has rabies. Just put him down.
Yeah. He's a special kind of.
He's as bad as they come. He's as bad as there is. He preys on little kids. He preys on single mothers. And he's a sexual deviant. He's a pedophile. He's a murderer and a liar. He's all those things and more. And, I believe in hell, and I believe that people like him go there.
Well,
I have to believe that.
Yeah, because it just don't seem like, even if they was to put him down, it don't seem like the punishment would fit the crime, in my humble opinion.
Well, I always say, when people say, justice was served, when they, say justice was served, I've never once thought that when somebody was found guilty of murder, that justice was ever served. Never. I think that the person was held responsible for the crime by the law, but justice being served, there's no such thing. The only justice would be is if you could bring somebody back. And you can't. It's not called justice being, to me, it's not justice. There's never justice. Do you feel better about them? Do you feel better about the situation because somebody's, at least being held accountable? Yeah, but it doesn't change anything other than somebody going to jail. Trust me, I know from experience. I know how my family felt. It's a very small consolation to a very big life-altering situation,
Right.
And so there's just no, to me, like I said, there's just no such thing. But like, you don't want to think that somebody like, I don't know, who's a good person. It's hard to find them these days, but like Nelson Mandela, is he a good person?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So is he dead? If he's not, he's probably knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Well, what I was like, so somebody like him dies, right?
Yeah.
And then somebody like Hitler, like they get to go to the same place? Absolutely not. Come on. That just can't be true. That just can't be how the world works. It can't be how, and somebody like Stefan Stearns. And by the way, I hate that he calls himself Stefan. I hate that.
Yeah.
Stefan.
It's whack, ain't it?
Yeah, it reminds me of Steve Urkel's. Like, remember when he would turn into Stefan?
His altar. Yeah, the slick dude.
Every time I hear that name, I'm just like, dude, you can't be doing that. You can't call yourself Stefan. Don't try and church it up for me.
Man, I got to haul ass.
I know you do. I appreciate. Let's do this again. This is fun. I always enjoy it.
They will do. I'm going to start doing it every Saturday. You're always welcome to co-host.
Awesome. And everything else is going good though?
Yeah, it's going real good. Just wore out, man. Working full time. I am too old to do a lot of extra shit after that.
I understand. You got to get up pretty early and stuff.
5.
Yeah. Well, that's funny that because you go to bed at 5. Everybody gives you so much shit about going to bed early. They're like, if it's past 7, John's already taken his nighty night tea.
That shit is 6:30 now.
Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, man, let's do it again. I always have a lot of fun. So just let me know. You're going to do them every Saturday.
Yeah.
And we got to get you over on Lab After Dark too. I really want to do that.
Okay,
maybe you can call a couple elections with me.
Yeah, I'll have to get into your election night.
Right on, man. Well, thanks for having me up.
Thanks for coming, buddy. I'll see you soon.
Talk soon. Bye.
Bye. Guys, appreciate everybody coming tonight. Thank you, Suzette. Membering back up. I seen you had slipped. Wasn't a member. I was wondering what was going on with that. Thank you so much. Coming back to the channel. Guys, appreciate everybody for coming. We'll try to have a little bit more organized in the future. Josh called me the other night and he was like, well, he messaged me and said, you want to do a live? I was like, hell yeah, I'm always up for a live. We'll work on it. We'll see y'all every Saturday. Might have Brandy back next Saturday for a proof of life. People starting to ask questions. Thanks everybody for coming. We'll see y'all next Saturday. Have a great week. Might have a video out this week. I don't know yet. We'll see. Bye.